Hello, how are you? My name is Porche Henderson. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my mock interview.
Nice to meet you, Porche Henderson.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Joshua Henderson.
How do you feel about being here today? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
So excited and anxious to
Okay.
see what this conversation comes about and type of questions you may have for me.
Okay, well, before we get started, I want to take a few minutes to explain informed consent and confidentiality so that you know what to expect during this time together. This meeting is only a mock interview for my social work class, and you're just participating in role play, not as a real client. The purpose of this session is to help me practice engagement with my interviewing skills. Your participation is completely voluntarily, and you do not have to answer any questions that you're not comfortable asking.
Okay.
Everything you share during this session is confidentiality, meaning I will not share what you say with anyone outside my instructor, who may only view this recording for educational purposes only. The recording will not be shared publicly or will be used strictly for this assignment. There are a few limits to confidentiality that I want you to be aware of. If there were a real intake session, I would require you to report certain situations, as if you was to harm yourself or you want to harm anybody else. Um, if there is suspected of any abuse or neglect to a child, any elderly person, or dependent or adult, in those cases, I will be mandated to report that information to the appropriate authorities to ensure the safety of all parties. Even in those situations, my goal will always be to ensure to be open and supportive and to discuss my next steps with you and whoever else. Do you have any questions about the confidentiality, if informed consent, or the limits confidentiality begin with?
No,
Okay. So now that we are starting, please tell me what prompted you to schedule an appointment with me today?
well, me, kind of big on mental health, just staying like, clear of everything. So figure therapist or therapy would be kind of like, help me deal with that as far as my mental health and just clear vision and just staying healthy.
Okay. When you say mental health, what do you mean? Can you get more deeper?
I mean, far as issues or things that may bother me sometimes that I may not always express or keep to myself sometimes. Just as far as opening up towards that and not keeping it bottled
Okay, so can you tell me more about what's been going on recently that you've been feeling like you've been keeping things bottled in?
in. And sometimes I have, family issues or I have personal little issues within myself that I have to deal with. Things like that in that manner, in
So
that
you,
format.
you want to get more into depth? Okay, so you have family issues. So do you have kids? Do you have a wife? What do
Yes.
these family issues consist of? Are you busy? Are you having me time? Are you not having enough time for yourself?
Yeah, stuff like that. As far as like, trying to balance out just like time with my kids and just as far as still with my own personal issues that I may be going through and my wife, balance out work, family. But my family is just me trying to basically find the time in between just my wife and my kids. Just, sometimes it can be all overwhelming at times. So sometimes you may need a break from all of that or even just need to express yourself or just let it out. Sometimes you never feel like you're heard.
Seems like this has been very overwhelming for you. Very overwhelming. So, when did you first notice this was a concern or a problem? Has it just been more of just life? Just has it, more work? Are you working a lot? Are you having less time at work? What changed?
like I said before, basically balancing out work and just working family, trying to balance out, trying to find that in between time.
Yes, but when had this become a concern to you
It's been
that
a
you've been
concern
so
for me, man.
overwhelmed
It's been
with
a
life?
concern for me for some years now.
Okay. I hear how frustrated and exhausted you must really feel. Now, being a man, is I can totally understand.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Have there been any recent changes or stressors in your life? Maybe.
These changes, stressors. No, same thing. Nothing new or any recent change. Nothing stressor. No.
So, based on your past experience, how does your past experience influence on how you view the situation today? Like, do you think because you see a man doing this is what a man's supposed to do, that is, you deal with it more,
I
or
mean, be honest, when you're a fella, when you're a guy, a male, most males feel like, feeling doesn't matter.
why do men feel like their feelings doesn't matter?
Because in society, overall, and feelings really don't matter. It's like it's just about results. Like far as with most men feel like you don't have time to show emotions or feelings. It's all people care about is results.
Sorry you feel that way.
No, it's not about if you're tired. Nobody don't care if a man's tired or frustrated or sad, mad. So, it's just about results. So sometimes when it's just about results and not about and feelings aren't involved, kind of could put a man in depression or, walking around with no feelings. Just
Okay.
everything's just about results.
So, the question, can you tell me more about your support system? Do you have a support system? Is your support system strong?
My support system is top notch.
Okay, so are you able to go to your support system and maybe have them, relieve some of the stress, or is there anything that you decide like, hey, I can eliminate this, or I could do it this way?
I have
Do you have any
friends
coping
or
mechanisms or
I
anything?
have friends that I can express myself to or talk to or maybe even just go be around and that kind of helps out a lot. And my mom I can talk to, she's a big help for our support system or just a conversation or, just even sitting around somebody and just around their energy. And, sometimes you don't even have to say nothing. Sometimes energy says everything. You know, I just got a great support system overall though. I'll say
Okay, now we talked about you just not having enough time. You driving back and forth, you're doing a lot. Um, what strengths do you feel that they help you manage these challenges in the past?
that. Strengths,
Yes.
God, praying, my support system. Say those things pretty much.
So are you currently working? Are you in school? Are you in both? Like, how was your typical day? On an average day, how was your typical day?
My husband, I work. Every day is me waking up. Um, sorry, my average day is me going to sleep right around like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Wake up right around like 5, 6, 7. Right. I gotta take my wife to work. I take her to school. Gotta go get my daughter. And I still have to go to work. Go pick my wife up.
Seems like you have a lot on your plate.
then probably go back to work,
A
come back
lot.
home.
Okay, so that is a lot. From a person listening in, that is a very lot. And so I'm going to ask you this next question. How was your sleep and your overall stress lately with doing all that every day?
I don't get no sleep. Probably get like 4 hours sleep at nighttime,
And have you
4 or 5.
received any type of help to maybe help you go to sleep? Get a sleep study? Do you know how to get on a routine track to maybe get your body some rest? Because it seems like with all this that you're going on, you're going to sleep 12:30, you're getting your wife to work, you're getting your daughter up from work. Kids have to go to work and school.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure your day start early. So when are you actually getting time to rest your body?
I get like 4 hours sleep at night, and then throughout the day I'll be able to take probably like a little cat nap probably sometimes. Sometimes I do get a nap in, but sometimes I don't. So sometimes I'm able to catch a nap, 2 hours, 3 hours here and there. But I mean, rest when you're dead, man. So it ain't about
Why do you feel like the saying is rest when you dead? What do that saying?
rest when you're dead. It's basically it means like while you're here, life is short. So while you're here, like, hey, listen, be up, be awake, be active, and thank God that He gave you another day, basically. Just
Why do you
you
feel like
rest when
that?
you dead. Like when God call your name, that's when you rest, man. So then
Okay,
you gotta
so
be active. You gotta keep it going. You gotta keep pushing for yourself. You gotta keep pushing for your loved ones.
okay, so my first interview session, got the chance to know you. I appreciate you being open and honest.
Problem at
So,
all.
what are you hoping to get from our time together on our next couple sessions? What can
Peace
I
of
help you with?
mind. Peace of mind far as just life in general, and hopefully make me look in a different limelight, different point of view that I normally didn't look at, like different subjects or just a different point of view on different, just in life on different subjects. Just just a different idea, just different point of view. My train of thought, like different outlook on life or whatever subject
If things could improve, what would that look like for you?
happens. More smiles. I'm not really smile in person, but smiles from me, basically.
Sounds like we have some work to do, Mr. Joshua. So, let me just summarize the things I heard today and just please let me know if I missed anything. So, your name is Joshua, you're a husband, you're a father, you work, your days consist of basically taking care of your family, lack of sleep, while also having to manage the everyday life as a man, a father, and a husband. Um, Lack of sleep is becoming very overwhelming and draining because at the end of the day, you feel like you have too many responsibilities. You're hoping out of this intake session is to have some coping mechanisms to hopefully get you into a better space, um, be more at peace, happy, smile. You know you're a smiling person. You stated you have a very huge support system. So when it comes to motivation and all that, you have that already. And the thing that we have to work on, what I noticed is you putting yourself first. So our next session, we're going to work on different ways to help you put yourself first. Maybe some self-care techniques, routines. Um, is there anything else you would like to share that we haven't talked about or that I missed?
Nothing right now comes to mind. If I have anything, I'll call you anytime. Just have the number and call you. comes to my mind.
Yes, sir. We can schedule an appointment, and then
Okay.
we can discuss it at our future appointment. How are you feeling as we wrap up this conversation today?
Feeling more open-minded and more, heard. So yeah, it's definitely a success and good day.
Thank you, Joshua, for doing this mock intake interview with me. I appreciate it. As I stated before, everything is confidential. Everything is confidential. It will only be shared for the instructor for grading purposes only.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.